Hello, and welcome to this timeless reading. There is a new moon in Capricorn, and this is a very powerful time to reset or set intentions, plan for the long term, and to ground new beginnings, especially around structure, careers, and responsibilities. The first card we have today is the theme, and that is the Hermit, retreat and recharge. So, this is not a time for rushing ahead. It's really a time for stillness and quiet to hear your inner guide and wisdom. Important guidance is coming, but it really requires the capacity for you to sense it. So, from this new moon to the 26th, we have a lot of planetary events that are bringing clarity and insights and wisdom. They're going to bring this to you. So, that's going to help you move to your soul's aligned path. If you feel called, I have made a video that is linked that goes into more detail about these events to really help you harness and use this energy for your benefit. So really take this time to plan, journal and meditate. The second card we have is crossing the theme of the Hermit, and that is the High Priestess. Harness mystic power. So Isis showed up in my last reading quite a lot, and she is still here guiding you to embrace your magic and harness your power by going within, that the Hermit card is saying, and resting in your center. You will gain clarity and your intuition is going to be really heightened at this time. So really be dedicated and focus within, as it is in the quiet and stillness that we can notice the subtle signs guiding us. The guidance won't always feel overwhelming or obvious. It will be subtle and quiet mostly. So this can be just like a thought or a knowing that may arise. But obviously, if you're not taking the time for stillness, it's going to be harder for you to notice. So, any messages that come through, use your discernment. Ask, is this message that I want to hear now? The ideas and thoughts that are coming may also surprise you. The next card we have is your conscious thoughts, and that is the Lover. The heart, the beloved, the devoted. Pulsing through the heart of the lover is gratitude. The lover appreciates and experiences the world through the senses, reveling in beauty, song, art, music, sense, and sensuality. This energy awakens at the tip of our tongue when we taste the sweetness of honey, kiss a lover, or speak gentle words to a child. The lover lingers in foreplay, aroused not by the getting there, but by the slow merging of self and other. This energy is usually experienced for short periods of time, as in order to feel it, we must be fully present and awake, with no expectations or rules about what should be. Rather, the lover is in the awe of what the world presents, reveling in the glorious details, grateful to savor every last drop of life's offerings. So, by going within, as the first two cards have been saying, and connecting with your inner wisdom, your heart is really opening and expanding. It isn't about looking for love outside of yourself, but knowing you embody love. You are love, and love is in all things. Remember, we are all one and connected. So the love that you feel for yourself radiates from your being. And the more you love yourself, the more is reflected back to you. Gratitude is also a way of expressing love. So start each day by saying to the universe what you are thankful for. I do this every day, and I try to remember to do this just before I go to sleep as well. By showing the gratitude, you're showing that you're already thankful for what you already have, and that can really allow more abundance to flow into your life. The next card we have is our unconscious thoughts, and that is the desert, the drought, the wasteland, the badlands. The desert leaves us disorientated, desperate for direction, grasping for meaning, longing for solid ground. For endless miles, we are confronted with a lack of clarity and existential dread. We are thirsty, hungry, pleading with life to get back to normal, to become animated by the simple pleasantries of day-to-day life. The desert offers no such comfort, and all must pass through it. If you can embrace the discomfort of the desert, knowing you will someday reach water again, you can tap into the potent energy of the landscape. Its lights are blindingly bright, and its darks terrifyingly deep, which makes for unbridled creativity and clairvoyant visions. Truths reside in the desert that otherwise remain hidden. The crows, the shadows, and the coyotes call, surround you. Let the winds and sands work their deep magic, weary traveler. So by going within and digging deep into your subconscious, truths may arise that could or would feel uncomfortable. As you're bringing shadows to the forefront of what you may have really buried deep. This is a time to face your shadows. Don't avoid them. Really, allowing that clarity to arise within you, so you can really move towards your purpose. In the silence is where the truth lies. That's why many people feel uncomfortable to get still and quiet with themselves. We're all keeping ourselves distracted with phones. We're always got earphones in, listening to things, watching things. Very few of us take the time each day for some stillness. So even if it's just a few minutes a day, a couple of times a day, like say you set a timer for 5 minutes, and you just just sit there quietly with yourself, let your thoughts arise. You can ask spirit a question and wait for the answer, and just see if anything new and surprising comes to you. So I'd say this is really a time to expect visions and clarity and move with it rather than fight against it. The next card we have is the Crested Ibis. The Crested Ibis, known to ancient Egyptians as the Ankh bird, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, is associated with the element of air and with Thoth, as he relates to the cosmic mysteries. The Crested Ibis is in essence the phoenix rising from the fire. It speaks not only of rebirth, but also of clear thinking that gives you the understanding of your journey. This beautiful bird is a powerful symbol of the ability to conceive of a resulting creation in advance of its actualization. It refers to the preconceived idea and the goal, both of which are contained in the mind. The domain of the element air includes communication, language, and articulation. It is through the air we speak words of power, and it is by making sound and music, toning, chanting, singing, speaking, laughing, and breathing that we express the element of air. Through our connection with air, we find sound within ourselves and communicate directly from the throat. Aesthetics, including beauty and pleasure, also exist in the domain of air. When this card comes up in your reading, it is time to look at how you express yourself, especially in your communication with others. You have a valuable ally in the sacred Crested Ibis. When you meditate on this card, you will feel your consciousness rise as you are uplifted to a higher perspective, from which you can see whatever situation or question you have brought in a new way. Use this perspective for clarity and thoughtfulness in your thinking and speaking. Drawing this card can also mean it's time to lighten up. Air will assist you to experience and express wisdom with joy and a light heart, so that you can appreciate the humour and playfulness available all around you. Air is your ally. Breathe deeply, free yourself, experience awe, then express your gratitude with exuberance. So I think I mentioned already about expressing gratitude. So I do think that's quite important. So here, as you know, the ibis kind of is represented with Thoth. So he's guiding us too, as well as Isis. So this is quite powerful. So the deep inner work you are doing is helping you to see your life and decisions from a higher vantage point. The clarity you have gained in this period of going within really allows you to align your vision with your intentions. So use the power of your mind to visualize your manifestations. But remember, try not to be so serious in this game. Be light-hearted and playful, and really live from a place of gratitude and love. The next card we have is the future or beginning, and the last card was kind of coming to an end, and that is Khepera. And I just want to say, before, I love new tarot decks. So if you have any suggestions, please put them in the comments. Like I've said before in previous videos, I've felt called towards ancient Egypt. And if you are as well, and you really enjoy learning about ancient Egypt, I really recommend this Anubis Oracle. I think it's fantastic. So the card says Cycles of Change, Planetary Guardian, and Spiral Dancer. Khepera is known as the Becoming One, the ancient scarab beetle who pushes the solar orb above the horizon at dawn. The scarab represents the gentle rays of the morning sun and is closely associated with creation and resurrection. Khepera is a loyal guardian and protector of the planet Earth and all her creatures. In tune with the cycles of life and the cosmos, Khepera ceaselessly works to bring forth the necessary changes that allow creation to keep moving forward. As a spiral dancer who filters and transmits the powerful stellar and cosmic forces that radiate onto our planet and to all of Earth's creatures. Khepera mitigates these energies while holding the balance of time and the turning of the ages in his feet. If you have drawn this card, it is time to increase your awareness of the more subtle energies that are influencing you. You are encoding the mystery teachings of the spiral dance and the nature of change, and Khepera is there to protect and support you during this quickening. It is through the intercession of Khepera that you are able to handle the energies that are moving towards you at any given moment, especially as you move off the linear path into a deeper relationship with the natural cycles of creation. With the heightened awareness that Khepera offers, you can become a co-creator of your universe. You are awakening to how transformation happens and being prepared for the next level of higher consciousness. If your situation requires protection, feel the energies of Khepera surround and enfold you, especially when you find yourself in a physically or emotionally toxic environment. Because Khepera is so closely aligned with the transits and alignments of the planets and stars, this might be a good time to consult a seasoned astrologer to investigate and explore your current connection to your personal astrological chart. So that's quite interesting because the video I've just said about earlier in another card mentions all of these energies, and it's very highly linked to all of the astrological events going on in that time period. And that time period is a very powerful portal for manifestations and abundance to be flowing in. So if you do feel called, really do check that out, because I think that might actually help. So this card mentions, increasing your awareness of the subtle energies, as was brought forward with the High Priestess card. So this week ahead is bringing major shifts in awareness, and you are moving to a higher level of being. This card is highly linked to astrology and with the planetary events we are going to be experiencing, especially between the 20th and the 26th of January. It would be a great time to write down your intentions and what you want to manifest, as this is a highly auspicious period to co-create with the universe. So really get clear on what you want at this time. So the next card we have is you and your energy, and that is gold. Illumination, splendor, culmination. The alchemist's gold is no ordinary gold. It is not found in rings or coins or necklaces. It is a substance buried deep within, sometimes referred to as gold of the wise, philosophic gold, the emerald stone, or the divine quintessence, among countless other names. For our purposes, we seek not the physical metal, but the mystical essence within each alchemist. How do we recognize it? It mimics qualities of the metal itself, soft and radiant, and its planetary counterpart, the sun, warm and bright. It's no wonder gold is associated with the heart. When this card arrives, there is something of incredible value at hand. It is marvelous and rare. Cherish it. Get to know its properties and its source. The gold card carries a distinct shadow. If mistaken for a purely physical material, it can lead to greed and excess, causing the alchemists to lose their way. Reverence is key. This is a really beautiful energy that you are radiating. So all of the alchemizing and integrations you have been experiencing is really opening your heart, where you're finding your true gold. Your beauty comes from your heart, and living from your heart and letting that guide you is bringing you abundance. This can be in any form that really is abundant for you, whether that is relationships, career, wealth, or anything else. So I think from this, so many doors are going to be opening for you. So really try to learn to receive, and be in your true individuation and authenticity. The next card we have is the energy coming in, and that is silver. So I find that quite interesting. We've got your energy is gold, and the one coming in is silver. So lunar reflective Crone. Amidst its upper echelon status, silver shines eternally in second position. It is the lesser sibling, the one that's not quite there yet. A true alchemist does not resist the truth, but rather studies its subtle implications and its wisdom. Silver requires polishing, or the surface tarnishes over time. Mirrors require cleaning, or the image clouds and distorts. Whereas gold sustains its own malleable radiance, silver asks for our participation. We must work at it. Don't give up now. Silver wants to build relationships, like the moon, a mirror, or a poem. Let it reflect an image back. With an open heart and one more moment of willingness, the seemingly cold, stark surface of silver opens into the imaginal realm. What is there? Your own vastness? The mysteries that beckon you on moonlit nights? Through our daily devotion to silver, we find the truest gold. Well, you are the truest gold. And I'd say the energy is still, of silver, which is in your environment or energy coming in, is reflecting what you are putting out. So the best mirrors we have, in our lives are our loved ones, friends, any relationships we have, can even be in our careers. So the people and pets, that we have in our lives are our greatest teachers. And it is in the relationships that we see polarities that we need to learn to integrate through the challenges. So this helps us get a better understanding of ourselves, but also collectively it helps as well. So your energy and frequency that you are radiating can really lift up others. The beautiful energy that you are giving out is being reflected back to you. So with silver, it could be that there are other people who aren't as highly spiritually evolved as you, but just by them being in your presence, you're reflecting things back to each other, so you can help uplift those around you in your environment, just by being yourself. I think that's very beautiful. The next card we have is the Crone. This has an astrological sign associated with it, which is Cancer. So that's obviously water. I'm a Cancer sun as well. Share your star signs in the comments. I really love to hear that. I love astrology. So it says, a haunting, resolute figure. The Crone inhabits a realm of in-betweens. Over the years, they have learnt to accept themselves completely, and as such can stand calm in the lawless unknown. They are older, wise, and unafraid. They speak truth to power without breaking a sweat. The Crone also understands death, for they have been witness to much of it, and act as a shepherd for those grieving. The Crone is a powerful and paradoxical energy to be worked with, so work with it carefully. So your spiritual journey has really opened you up to receive guidance from spirit and your inner wisdom. This could be giving you the gift of working between worlds, where the messages you receive and the conversations you're having with spirit can help those that have passed and those that are grieving the loved ones. So you may be called to work or use mediumship to help others. So the more that you're expanding your gifts and talents, the more you are stepping into your true self. So many of us, we're tapping into spirit even when we don't realize it. That collective consciousness is always there to be tapped into. But I think all of this work that you've been doing is really opening you up. So you might be receiving more messages at this time than usual, but try not to be scared about it. Just flow with it, and just, if you feel that you need to protect yourself, that's fine. But I always have, the highest consciousness in my mind. So whenever I'm connecting, I just say, the highest consciousness that has this answer for me, please come forward. Because, that depends if you want to work with the lower energies or not. But yeah, the next card we have is the outcome or key, and that is universal spirit. So you are being called to embrace and expand your spiritual practices and really use divinity to connect with all that is. This calls you to let go of old patterns and limiting beliefs that are holding you back. You have already healed, so many old stories that you can heal back and forth through your lineage. So really celebrate how far you have come. Remember, you have the power and strength to create your reality, and your intuition is leading the way. So this is the time to really go within and listen. So the angel number we have today is 1313, starting fresh. Encouragement, goals, foundations, creative ventures, communication. Step out of your comfort zone. You are about to create something meaningful. All your skills and talents will bring you auspicious profits. Build up your confidence and trust in your decisions. Definitely. So, yeah, just be your authentic self. And if there is something you're thinking of doing, try and go with it. This is a time for going within, but also planning is really good at this time as well. And the animal spirit card that we have is Ram, Perseverance. You have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up, and good luck will follow. I think that's beautiful. So, yeah, it does keep saying about gifts, and you do have many gifts, and it is all about the power of the mind, what you're focusing on and what you're putting your attention to. If it's in a positive spin and it's something that that you really want, it's not the negative side but the positive side that you're putting out there, by being grateful for the things you already have, and try and embody the feeling of what you're going to feel like when you have that thing that you keep trying to manifest. Try and be in that feeling state. For me, it's nature that can help me really with that. So just by stepping outside or going for a walk, and looking at the sky, looking at the birds, listening to them, whether you go to the sea, whatever, just like taking in the vastness. And it can really, really help, because that makes me feel such gratitude just to be here on earth. But yeah, whatever helps you raise your frequency, try and do that more. And if you can't always do that, try and get into the feeling of it, because this will really bring your manifestations to you in a much quicker pace. So I hope this has helped you in any way possible. Please leave me any comments that you wish to. And until next time, thank you. Bye.